Howdy YouTube, Mark DeRemer here from Refurbished Gentleman, and once again I'm back with a quick screen recording tutorial about how to add text to pictures. So if you've seen the other video, I did one using Typorama to show you how to add your watermark or logo or whichever thing you want to call it. But now we're going to go more into how to add text to your photos. So if you're a follower of mine, you know I do sneak peeks and different kind of things, and I'll just add little things in here and there to the picture along with my logo. So this is one of the ways to do that. So once again, I'm going to start from the beginning as if this is the first time you've ever seen it. You're going to open up the app. This is what it's going to look like, and you can see my ugly mug at the top. It has the last pictures that are on your camera roll. And of course, I'm a dork. I took a picture for my wife to show her that I went grocery shopping. So yeah, that's just me for you. So anyways, it'll show all the pictures in my photos. And that's what I have highlighted at the top currently. And if you go to the left, it has presets. And that'll basically give you a preset definition of your picture. So if you're doing something for Instagram, if you click on Instagram post, it'll automatically make a square for you. Then if I go back, go to projects, it's going to have all my old projects, basically things that I've already worked on in the past. I can go back and re-edit, which is kind of cool. It's a newer thing that they added, I believe, where you can go back and you can see some of my old stuff that I've done before. Another funny one of me talking with my hands, which I do quite a lot when I do my videos. But anyway, go back to the top, we go to presets, my photos. They actually have stock images. So if you wanted to do, you know, like I don't know, something where you're advertising your work or something, you want to put words over top of something like a stock image, that's where you'd go. And they also have colors at the end, which just goes through all the different kind of colors you'd ever want or need in there. And then of course they have transparent as well. So, but I'm going to go back to my photos because this is the thought process of, okay, so I have a sneak peek or something I want to post on my page for my daily post, and I want to add a little bit of verbiage to it. So let's say this one here. So let's say I want to do, you know, a post about, you know, if somebody says, hey, how do you clean your Klingons? Well, I have what I call hashtag Klingon cups, and they sit in my sink, and that's where I stick my Klingons that I use more on a day-to-day basis, and they'll usually just sit in the water until they kind of rinse themselves off, and then I'll clean them and put them away. But anyways, I digress. This photo, as an example, I would want to write something on there like Klingon cup to the rescue or something funny like that to kind of get the point across, but I want to be able to write it on there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click that, and then across the bottom, I'm going to just slowly swipe it left or right. You can pick what size you want the photo to be, and basically what that's going to do is it's going to auto crop the picture. So let's do Instagram just as an example. And we all know Instagram is going to make it a square. So kind of auto cropped. I can of course move it around anywhere I want to. So I want to leave it right about the middle. So I have a spot at the top to put text and a spot at the bottom right to put my logo. So we're going to leave it just like that. And then I'm going to hit next. And of course, when I go next, whatever I did last is what's going to pop up. So for me, it popped up my logo because that's what I had done before. It had it actually in there, and then had just the text bubble, which is what this is right here. And it's always going to look like that because it's going to have that double tap to edit text. And that's exactly what you do. You double tap it, it opens up another screen, and within this screen, you can write whatever you want to write. So let's do Klingon cups to the rescue, something like that. Right, and then you hit done, and then it puts that over there. Now, I want to get my logo out of the way, and if you haven't watched my other video, I have a whole other video on watermarking, but down at the bottom, it says text. If you go all the way to the right where it looks like a stamp, that's your watermark. I'm going to take that out of there. So I'm going to scroll over and hit no just to get it out of the way. And we're going to go back to text. And then you're going to click on your layer. That's basically what it's doing, is adding a layer on top of your photo. And you can pinch and zoom just like you would on most different apps, or you can use little arrows down at the bottom right. You can twist and turn and do all kinds of fun stuff. So I'm going to put it up at the top, something like that. But what is also cool is there's multiple things that you can change this text. So styling of how it looks. And across the bottom, there's just a ton. Now, if you get the Pro version, it allows for a lot more. And that's what I have. So I really don't know the limitations of the regular version, because as soon as I figured this was a good one, I got the Pro version. It was definitely worth it. I think it's a one-time fee kind of thing. So it has tons of different options. So just to show you examples, if you click any of these, it auto changes. Now if you keep clicking on that, it changes it in different ways as well. So within that style, there's multiple ways it can be shown. So I'm going to go over to Faith and Glory. That's my favorite one. And if you just keep clicking, just keep pushing on Faith and Glory, it'll keep changing it in different ways, which is always fun too. And then you can go all like Star Wars one. Of course, you guys know I love that one. That's pretty cool. God Bless America. Yeah, that's a great one too. Look at that. All different kinds of fun things it changes it to. And then sometimes they'll have like seasonal ones, like during Christmas time, Halloween. This is a neat one. It's always fun. And then just new ones they'll add. So every once in a while they'll add new ones in there. But that's it. You just put your text in there and you click through, you find the one you want, and then you leave it. So I'm going to leave this here. But now I'm looking at it and I'm like, okay, well, I need some kind of shadow, some drop shadow to make it more pronounced. So they actually have that as well. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to scroll across the bottom within the text, but across the bottom it says color. So I can change the color of the text, which is cool. And you can click all the way to the left and you can pick a color, which is cool. And then it can be black, it can be white, and so on and so forth. And then also it has opacity as well if you want it to be there but not as pronounced. So you just slide the little slider bar. And then what I was talking about with shadows is if I have a white text and I want to give it a little drop shadow just to make it a little bit more pronounced sitting over top of whatever it's sitting, I go to the opacity and I increase that up, and you can see how it goes from the white on white to the white with just that little bit of black bordering, which I enjoy having because it just makes it sit a little bit above whatever picture it's on. But there's multiple things to play with across the bottom. I'm not going to go through it all, but those are the kind of the main parts. So you go to styles, allows you to change the style, and within whatever style you change it to, all the other settings you might click on will stay. So that shadow stays no matter what style I decide to keep it on. So I'm going to put that back up here. And you see when I click and drag, it takes the shadow away, but when I let go, it puts it back. And again, you can make it bigger, smaller, twist it around, do whatever you want to do, and put it exactly where you want. So I'm going to leave that right there like that, using that style. And that's all there is to it. Now, of course, anytime I do a post, I want to add my watermark. So just really quickly, I've already done a video on this that walks through it as well. So if you wanted to check that out, it's also on here on YouTube. But basically, you'll click over here, click your watermark, and put it in place. And again, I go through more in-depth detail on how that works in another video. And then you're going to go up to OK Share, and then you're going to hit the Save button at the top left, and that will save it on your phone. And there are other options to save it to different places, but I don't really use any of those. I save it to my phone, and then I decide from there how and where I want to use it. And that's it. Again, I just wanted to walk through this because that was another question I had, was how do you add the text to your photos? Well, this is how. There's multiple apps, and I'm finding out that this is not for Android, I think someone mentioned. So I apologize for those Android people out there. I have iPhone, and this is what I use, so I don't know what apps work for other phones. This is what I have. So anyways, hopefully you guys enjoy this quick little screen recording. I can do more if you guys have other questions. Those are the two main questions though. How did I do a logo on a picture, and how did I do text on a picture? So I did videos for both. You'll find both of these here on my YouTube channel. And if you do enjoy the content like this, please flip through the rest of my videos and subscribe, like, and drop any comments you might have about what you'd like to see next. Everybody have a blessed day, and as always, happy painting.